So I walk outside yesterday, and Jamie Johnson, his bus, the biggest bus I've ever seen, is parked on 48th Street here in Manhattan. And there's 2 semi-trucks he has with him. So that's a big crew, big band. And I'm starting to get in the car, and there's a bunch of guys loading equipment into one of the semis. And there's a guy scooting around on the street in one of those motorized wheels, looked like a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Except it was covered in Holstein cowhide, and on the back it had 2 big steer horns.
Yeah.
And the guy sitting in it had a pit bull on a leash.
Common everyday sight, sure.
And big sunglasses on the ponytail.
Yeah.
And so he comes scooting over toward me. I just figured it was a fan, and I thought, and obviously thought he was handicapped.
Yes.
It was Jamie.
Why?
That's what I asked him. He said, well, as you pointed out, you got to walk the dog.
Yeah.
So he asked me if I wanted to sit in it, and I said, no.
No, thanks.
But I don't think it wasn't a wheelchair. It was one of those things they saw on TV for these old people.
The hover round.
But it was a special one.
Very.
That he told me he bought in Fort Worth.
Why?
Because it was available, he told me.
Of course, because it was there.
So. Now, that's my kind of country singer.
You bet.
And a guy in a motorized wheelchair with steer horns on it, with a pit bull on a leash in the middle of Manhattan.
Walking the dog.
Walking the dog. And they can't, I mean, come on, if the wheels don't come off of Jamie.
Oh, man.
There's the future of country music.
There's a character.
God, I mean,
he's great.
Of course, he scared Chris back in makeup. And she thought, well, I don't tell you what she thought. But
okay.
Anyway, Sports Warner's off. Morning, Larry.
Good morning, Ringo. The NFL season begins tonight. Brett Favre and the Minnesota Vikings take on Reggie Bush and the defending Super Bowl champions, the New Orleans Saints, at the Superdome this evening. Yankees win 3-2 over the Baltimore Orioles with a walk-off home run by Nick Swisher. The Mets are on a 1-game winning streak, taking a victory from the Washington Nationals, also 3-2, but no walk-off unless you count the fans, as the Mets' magic number is 41. Second baseman Luis Castillo, one of 3 Mets hominin about their not attending Walter Reed Army Hospital with the team because he says seeing amputees upset him, prompting one-handed pitcher Jim Abbott to say, "Bite me." Tiger Woods begins the BMW Championship Classic today at Cog Hill Country Club in Lamont, Illinois. And I want to have Carolyn Wozniacki's baby. That and more if you keep it where it is here on Imus in the Morning Sports.
Reverend Jackson helping you this morning, too?
Yes, sir. I think we're going to be tag-teaming the sportscasts back and forth because there's only one position here with the one camera.
Well, we're also on the radio. Were you aware of that?
We are? Why didn't somebody tell me
about
that?
10 million people listening.
Yeah.
So,
wait a minute. Am I Soledad O'Brien?
Bernie's got a briefing. But Bernard McGurk will be on Hannity tonight at 9 p.m. on the Great American Panel.
All right.
I had a unpleasant email exchange yesterday with Hannity. Hannity sent me an email whining about he broke a couple ribs.
What happened?
I don't know. I mean, it was such a pansy complaint I didn't even ask.
He was playing with his kids.
Oh. I pointed out when I got bucked off a horse.
Yeah.
I broke all of my ribs. My lung collapsed. I broke my shoulder, my collarbone.
Yeah.
And I was back on a horse in 49 days.
Yeah,
So
please,
there.
come on. Broke a couple of ribs playing with your kids.
I mean, that's just...
Good Lord.
So anyway, Hannity bought me a sculpture of Quanah Parker, the last great Comanche Indian chief.
Yeah.
For my birthday, which was back in July. And I still don't have it. I suspect, as I told him, that it's something I could have won at the carnival if I had been successful in knocking over the 3 milk bottles.
Yes.
But he claims it's finished now.
Yeah.
And that, hey, Bigfoot, do we still have that sledgehammer, you know? That,
Oh, no.
Oh, come on.
Oh, man.
No
well,
way.
I haven't seen it yet. So, but we'll bring it in.
You wouldn't dare.
Are you here this morning, Bigfoot?
I'm right here.
No, okay.
We'll get you a sledgehammer for this.
Well, let's wait and see. So, I want to get Hannity upset, but well, it's easy to get him upset. So. Anyway, it's 23 after the hour. Time for sports. Warner Wolf is off today for the holiday. The sports is sponsored by Peerless Boilers to make America's best boiler. And here with sports, Larry King and Reverend Jesse Jackson. Morning, guys.
Good morning, Amos.
Good morning, Scratchy. Lashana Tova to all my fellow members of the tribe. It's 57-71, but tonight we're going to party like it's 55-55.
Yeah.
The NFL season begins tonight, but New York Giants quarterback Sage Rosenfels won't be playing. Not because he's Jewish and it's Rosh Hashanah, but because the New York Giants aren't playing tonight. This evening, it'll be Minnesota Vikings Brett Favre not taking photographs of his penis with his cell phone in New Orleans against the Saints and Reggie Bush, not knowing if he lost his Heisman Trophy.
I can't neither confirm or deny if I did.
Well, take a look in your bookcase, Reggie. Is it there or not? Have you seen O.J. lately? Maybe he knows where it is. Yankees win against the Baltimore Orioles 3-2 at home with a walk-off home run by Nick Swisher. The Mets also win 3-2 in Washington against the Nationals, but it's a Pyrrhic victory, which answers the existential question, if the Mets win on the road and nobody cares, does it make an effing difference? Elsewhere in baseball, Dodgers lose another shutout, their 16th this season, causing Jewish sports legend Sandy Koufax to spin in his grave. Check that, he's not dead, but the way the Dodgers have played this season, it just might kill him. Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic both advanced to the semifinals at the U.S. Open yesterday. Federer clocked at 130 miles per hour on his serves. Those are some fast-moving balls. And speaking of that, Tiger Woods, number 51 in the rankings, and also in Ellen Norgren's heart, is ready for the BMW Championship Classic at Cog Hill Country Club in Lamont, Illinois. And when you think of golf, don't you always think of Lamont, Illinois? When you look at this great country of ours, one thing you got to say about Lamont, Illinois, it's in the way. Tiger needs to finish in the top 5 to gain entry into the PGA Championship. But according to former girlfriend porn star Jocelyn James, one thing about Tiger, he doesn't finish that fast. Good in the sack, not so good on the links. Here with me, good morning, Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Good morning, Lara. I just want to say something about Reggie Bush's trophy. It may be in jeopardy. Kim Kardashian is seriously dating wide receiver Miles Austin from Dallas. He might also lose the Heisman. Boy has fumbleitis. He can't seem to hang on to Kim's bus or the statue given to him by the Heisman Trust.
Do you have a fuzzy wuzzy?
I love Fuzzy Wuzzy. Fuzzy Wuzzy is my favorite part.
There'll be a fuzzy wuzzy coming up in the next break, Amos.
Oh, man, great.
If you keep it where it is, here on Imus and Morning Sports.
That's my kind of sportscast. That was great. McDowell, who was very aloof, both she and Numbnuts, when I saw them.
Numbnuts.
Connell,
Wait a minute.
When I saw them.
Good Lord.
I'm sorry, Connell.
That's
Well, geez.
When I saw them this morning, I wasn't feeling the love from either one of them, but they're both so envious because I have better hair than they do.
Yeah.
And, of course, I'm twice as old as they are.
Yeah.
And I have an iPad. So.
3 times.
Anyway, good morning, Dagan.
Good morning,
I heard
sir.
you, Connell.
And I didn't say anything because I had to wait for you to stop bragging about the iPad, walking around with it. You know, I'm going to buy you a chain, and so you can hang it around your neck like a medallion. And then you can go buy another one and maybe hang one in the back and wear it like a sandwich board, you big braggart.
Like a Flavor Flav deal with my iPad. Right?
Exactly.
What's going on in the business world?
And
Not
by
that
the
you
way,
would know, but
well, on God's green earth, man, who wants to hear some woman running off at the mouth, especially at 5 o'clock in the morning, Jackie jawing, making small talk? You should be happy that I didn't say anything. That I was just sitting there, minding my own business, right?
I guess, you know.
Right?
What's going on?
All right, because I'll turn it on tomorrow. Oh, those are pretty boots. Where'd you get those boots? I got a pair of boots like that at home in the closet. Where'd you get yours? How much did yours cost? Really? Really? How old are they? Let me see the bottoms of them. How scuffed are they? Do you wear them outside? See? That's what you'll get. That's what you'll get. Be careful.
All right.
All right, business news. Google has introduced an instant search. As you type in the search, letter by letter.
It's annoying. I have it. It's annoying.
Why is it annoying?
No,
it will save you 2 to 5 seconds per search.
Wait until I get it typed in.
Yeah.
Until you know what I want.
Quit assuming.
Don't guess.
Right.
Just don't assume or guess. They're assuming that what I would know. I don't want that. So.
And by the way, I already did the research. It doesn't recognize any of my favorite dirty words.
There you go.
So it's virtually useless for me.
Okay, so
None of them.
that's fine, Dagan. I'm not going to ask you what they are. But you're fishing for that, aren't you?
No.
Dagan McDowell here on the I'm Still Winning program.
In general, the president in particular would go ahead with.
This would be just a tease, not a dissertation on Wall Street.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
No. I mean, we just.
Holy
Well, maybe
cow.
Dagan will tell us what's really going on in
No, no.
business later on
I
today.
just want to know
if she has time.
I just want to know what's coming up.
Oh.
I don't need to know how the watch was made.
Right.
So.
Well, coming up, Dagan will go over her personal life in excruciating detail and throw in a little bit about the futures. That and much more straight ahead.
Back to
Here
you,
on the
Ivan.
morning program.
Good morning, Hopalong. Are you ready for some football? The NFL season begins tonight in New Orleans with a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game. Saints take on Minnesota at the Superdome. Reggie Bush starting quarterback for the Saints. Brett Favre taking the snap for the Vikings, unless, of course, he retires before game time. In tennis, Roger Federer, Jesus, by a vowel, and Novak Djokovic, I don't know what the hell this guy's name is. It looks like alphabet soup. Anyway, they both advanced to the semifinals at the U.S. Open in Flushing. Yanks win 3-2 against the Orioles with a walk-off home run by Nick Swisher. Mets also win. New item at the souvenir stands at Citi Field, a giant foam hand holding up 4 fingers. And for the third time in his professional career, Tiger Woods attempts to revamp his golf swing, which seems kind of redundant because if anyone knows how to swing, it's Tiger Woods. Plus, the Reverend Jesse Jackson
Bernie has a
rhyming the
briefing.
hyphen.
Sponsored by
Reggie Bush
PC
says
Richards.
he doesn't know what they're going to do with his husband, but whatever
coming up,
happens,
Bernie.
his heart
By
will
the
be
way,
broke
this
like a
this
Joe
Jersey
Theismann.
Shore
That and more
Snooki
to
chick,
keep it where it
this
is.
useless
Here on
little
Imus and
dummy,
Morning
she was
Sports.
drunk on the beach and she was charged with being criminally annoying.
Don't be too harsh.
All right, well, I take it back.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, she was sentenced yesterday, and the judge said to her, "You seem to be acting like a Lindsay Lohan wannabe in this matter, going through life rude, profane, obnoxious, blah, blah, blah." Well, anyway, he sentenced her to 2 days community service and a $533 fine. And she showed up in the court in this tight dress, looking like a two-legged meatball or whatever. I hate to be mean, but these people, they're revolting. Come on. They're utterly revolting. And then she was tweeting last night, was this Snooki. She said, "Ugh, stuck in Newark traffic is no fun." But the more disturbing news is that the Newark mayor, Cory Booker, tweeted back, "I can give you a ticket for texting and driving." That he's following her on Twitter. The mayor, this up-and-coming Democratic star of Newark, is following Snooki on Twitter is very, very disturbing.
That is much troubling, isn't it?
And that's what I took away from this whole story.
13 minutes. And with that, Dagan McDowell. Morning, Dagan.
Morning, sir.
What's going on, baby?
Trying to show you some non-physical love this morning.
Oh, look, she's got her. You look good in that hat.
Yeah.
And guess who else does, too? Can you see him? Charlie Brady. I got my Imus hat on, my Imus T-shirt. I got my Imus coffee mug, having a little sip of Joe. And I've got some Imus delicious 100% Colombian Imus Ranch coffee, which I would eat if I had a spoon.
Why?
Just show some love, man. I might be able to do a bag drink if I open it up.
What does that mean?
You know, drink it right out of the bag.
Oh, no, don't do that.
good Lord.
Just give us some business news. I'm begging you.
Love.
All right.
You look good, though. You look good in that hat.
I'm surprised it fits. I got a big melon.
Yeah.
Just one.
That'll be fine. I'm not going to touch any of this stuff. So.
Colonel Harlan Sanders would be 120 years of age today. Unfortunately,
Not if he ate his chicken, he wouldn't.
he did die. He did die back in 1980, I should add. Nevertheless, he was 90 years old. Nevertheless, only half of young adults even know they think he's a fictional character,
Sure.
according to KFC research. So KFC's launched this online contest for people to paint or come up with a piece of artwork in the likeness of Colonel Harlan Sanders, but they only get $1,100, which is bupkis. So go figure.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
That's your business news?
Yes. What do you want? What do you want me to talk about?
Well, no, I guess Connell pretty much covered most of it.
I can talk about standard deviation and beta and monetary policy and the FOMC all day long, and it would bore you to death.
Yes,
So
it
there
would.
you
It
go.
would sound like you were speaking Russian, too, if you did that. So, Dagan McDowell. About 6 minutes to the hour here in the Imus Morning program. Coming up next hour, Larry King and Reverend Jackson. Country sports for us.
Yeah.
That's my kind of sports, you know?
Oh, you bet.
And a little Jamie Johnson. I was telling everybody earlier this morning, well, I'll tell you in a few minutes. I saw Jamie doing yesterday. They finished here around 9 a.m. Eastern time. And they had their trucks parked out here on 48th Street. A huge bus, larger than any bus I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And 2 big semis.
Good Lord.
That's
a crew. That's an outfit.
Hank Williams was in the back of his Cadillac with his guitar. Of course, he died, but
Yes.
he didn't have a bus. He didn't have 2 semis.
No, he did not. Jamie do.
But Jamie Johnson is, man, that's the real deal.
Oh,
there.
my God. That is authentic.
Yeah.
You know it.
And that boy is out there on the wild side, too.
Imus in the morning.
Mike, the situation from the Jersey Shore. What's on your mind?
Yo, what's up? Hot tub.
Okay, what's going on?
Yo, Froggy D, I like the voice. It's got a nice quality to it. You know, a certain rugged insouciance, kind of like Slim Pickens meets Grover quality. And like every once in a while it breaks, like you're still waiting for one of your testicles to drop. It's adorable. I just want to make sure everybody knows the situation's going to be on Dancing with the Stars this season. I'll be tippy-toeing my Terpsichorean talents every week, along with Michael Bolton, David Hasselhoff, and Jennifer Grey. Question. I thought this was Dancing with the Stars. Michael Bolton? He might be able to relevate, but he ain't exactly relevant, if you know what I'm saying. And David Hasselhoff, what happened? Carrot Top was busy? Jerry Van Dyke otherwise engaged? But the situation could definitely get into some dirty dancing with Jennifer Grey. Nobody puts baby in the corner, except this situation. She gets a little time out for being such a dirty little girl, which would then, of course, require a session in the hot tub. I'm looking to get a little choreographic rivalry going between her and Bristol Palin.
Look like you're drooling on yourself, Mike.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Okay.
You know, it's all the gym, tan, and laundry.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt me no more. I got a flow going. You got to talk about me drooling on myself? You're one to be talking about drool. You know what I'm saying? You know the only thing the situation likes more than a hot tub?
No.
Cat fight. But I'm most excited about Florence Henderson, bro. You know, I had my first experience with self-abuse watching her in the Brady Bunch reruns. I just know that lady's good to smush. Here's a story of a horny lady. I want to be in a box underneath her on that tic-tac-toe board from the opening credits. That way I can look up a dress, you know, bro? Pound it out. Hot tub.
I'm having a problem with Hannity. Because Hannity is a friend of mine. Even though I obviously don't endorse his idiotic political point of view. Well, all of it anyway. Anyway, I love him. He's a great guy. And he has the hots for Deidre, so do I.
Yeah, we've all been there
yeah.
and still are.
So anyway, so he says he wants to buy me a birthday gift.
Yeah.
So I was reading Empire of the Summer Moon, which is a great book on the bestseller list about Quanah Parker and the Comanches and all that stuff went on back then, 1850s and all that. So he contacted some sculptor in Texas who was sculpting a likeness of Quanah Parker, and he's going to send this to me. Because I was talking about Quanah Parker, and I guess...
Right. I'm very impressed with the book and with the story. Yes.
But just between you and me, I wasn't hoping that's what I was going to get from somebody. You know?
Well,
it's a great book. I'm fascinated with Quanah Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Quanah Parker, one of Kinky Friedman's boyhood heroes. But I didn't think I needed...
a sculptor?
My wife got me an old photograph of him. I like that, actually.
That's cool.
But, so I have a vision of this sculpture being something that you could win by knocking over milk bottles at the carnival. And I still haven't got it, by the way.
So you don't know what it is? No.
But it might be a sledgehammer moment, right, Bernie?
Whatever happened to it's the thought that counts? And there was a lot of. He didn't send you some stupid old wooden Indian head.
We didn't send anything.
No, he didn't. But he put his time and effort and thought, and it shows.
He had somebody on his staff make a phone call.
Yeah, but he had to come up with the idea, knowing how you had been so enamored of the story and everything. Boy, this would be great to get him.
You probably asked Deirdre what I like, and she's probably the one who came up with the idea.
And not only are you ungrateful, you're going to smash the gift on TV. And
no, I didn't say that until I see it.
Maybe.
You're contemplating it.
Oh, of course.
If he were going to be thoughtful, why didn't I get it on July 23rd, not September 9th?
Maybe he didn't realize how long it would take himself, or he just, your birthday snuck up on him. Who knew? Who knew? But the thought, well, a lot of thought went into it, and love. And this is the reaction he gets.
I'm going to get the Iman a work of art.
It's 10 minutes after the hour here in the I'm Swing program.
Hopefully that sledgehammer goes to better use if somebody brings it into the Fox studio.
It has a bounce back effect. Thong.
Oh, my, aren't we?
What are you looking at now?
Aren't we amusing?
You frowning fairy? What are you looking at?
Hey, by the way, go to Imus.com, become an Inside Imus member. All the money goes to the Imus Cattle Ranch Kids with Cancer. And beginning soon, the new Imus blog, in which I'm going to weigh in each day on most days on some current event, what I actually think about it. Mm-hmm. So, pretty much. And Charles will be writing that. So.
No, Charles will not be writing that. Charles will
will discuss it. So Charles will help me. So Charles has some news.
Mayor Barfbag didn't buy his way back into a third term. He probably would have been mayor right now.
Passionate, unfortunately, misguided, but not a phony like the current mayor.
Stands up.
You know what I've noticed since I've been back in the studio here is that you have fewer idiosyncratic, idiotic tics than you did before. Where when I left, you had a whole panoply of
what?
Of colored markers.
Had a panoply of what?
Of markers to mark your news copy with. Well, while you're busy marking the news copy and stapling everything together, maybe you could report that the quarterback for the New England Patriots, Tom Brady, was in a car accident.
I could do that, but I choose not to.
Had to be extracted from the car.
He did not have to be extracted from the car. We do not know whether or not somebody had to be extracted, but it wasn't him. And Tom Brady has already contacted the Patriots, talked to them, and was last reported, in fact, on his way to the stadium. So one might infer from all of that he is okay.
Right.
Let's hope it wasn't. They didn't leave somebody in the car.
Exactly. Yeah. He was involved in.
I was going to say it's Massachusetts and we have bad experiences.
2-car accident, Boston this morning.
That's not good, Bernie.
No, but I mean
that's horrible. I mean, the guy.
Somebody had to be extricated.
Can't we let that go?
And he's on his way to the stadium. What the hell?
It was described, according to WEEI Radio in Boston, more than a minor fender bender.
Sure.
An Audi with Jersey plates and a Ford minivan, and one vehicle required emergency personnel to use a cutting device to extricate the driver of the minivan.
Oh.
Also reported.
Hey, dude, good luck. I'm out of here. Gotta go play football.
I don't want to be late for practice.
Well, whatever.
So he's okay.
Well, though you have all of your copy lined up here.
What the
your little notes on it.
What is wrong with
highlighted? Well, it's just.
What is wrong with a little bit of order? What is wrong with making a couple of notes? Why the hell do you think people print maps so people know how to get from point A to point B most effectively, most efficiently? Yeah. How does that make me weird? Why do people take notes? Why do we have court reporters? Why in God's name do you see people? Why do we have people who assist congresspersons who write notes for them? Why do we have people who make speeches? What in the hell is wrong with you? How can writing a few notes on a piece of paper saying to go from this story to that story most efficiently, most effectively, how could that possibly make me weird? How? Answer that question. If you would, please. If you could respond to that, it would be nice. I'd like to hear your reply. So respond to it and respond right now. Let's hear it. What is it?
I don't.
There's just
that doesn't require.
You know what is really weird?
Making little marks on it. with
What-
colored markers.
Why do they make this? Why would
Well, it doesn't mean you
does
have to use
Sharpie make this damn thing?
I don't know.
Why do people say? Look,
I don't know.
give
why
up.
the-
I give
to-
up.
But people
What-
to highlight things, but not every single piece. It's psychotic.
I number things to know what time they came in. How is this thing updated?
difference
What
does it
has
make?
changed?
What
Because
difference does it make?
stories change. That's high.
But what difference does it make what time it came in?
Because if it
The
came in
world
later,
sucks at 6 and at 9.
Oh, you know-
got to write it down?
you know what sucks at 6 and 9? I'll tell you what sucks at 6 and 9 and 24 hours of the clock.
What would that be?
That would be you.
Well, that may be. The King, Reverend Jackson, with sports, what's coming up, guys?
Well, breaking news. Patriots quarterback Tom Brady involved in a car accident, but not pulling out of his driveway Tiger Woods style. Brady's out of the car now, but not on the side of the road in a fetal position Ted Kennedy style. The NFL season begins tonight. Minnesota Vikings take the New Orleans Saints at the Superdome. Tiger Woods begins the BMW Championship Classic today at Cog Hill Country Club in Lamont, Illinois, which is where paint goes to dry. Yankees win 3-2 over the Baltimore Orioles with a walk-off home run by Nick Swisher. Mets on a one-game winning streak, taking a victory from the Washington Nationals, also 3-2, but no walk-off, unless you count the fans, as the Mets' magic number is 41. New item at the souvenir stands at Citi Field, a giant foam hand holding up the middle finger. That, plus the Reverend Jesse Jackson, rhymes the Sporting Times.
The Mets season was not so pleasing. Buy that celebrity foursome at Great River and find out the reason.
Reverend Jesse Jackson. Larry King here today.
Earlier, Larry King officially out in January. This guy, Piers Morgan, the English guy, is going to take over. And somebody's got to tell Larry it's over. I don't know if he realizes that. And the little useless little dope Snooki from the Jersey Shore was sentenced to a couple of days.
Why would we want to be hating on Snooki?
Because she's an utterly revolting figure. Her and those people.
Don't they?
I don't know if anybody likes her or
is it a car wreck deal?
I think it's
Washington's a car wreck.
I believe it's one of those things. And
Snooki has a mom, you know.
Yes.
Snooki has a mom. She has a grandmother.
And she could have feelings, in other words.
Oh.
All right. I take it back.
I mean, she goes out having a party. Let's have a party.
She's throwing up on people on the beach.
She's
Hey,
here
I'm
for the
trying
party, Bernie. The party. What happens at the party? You throw up on people.
She was charged with being criminally annoying, which anybody that participates in that show should be charged with that thing. Anyway, also.
You're just full of hate, anger.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Okay, Pot. Also, apparently abstaining from alcohol, you die quicker than people who are heavy drinkers, believe it or not. And they say, oh, it's because you have all these unhealthy ex-drunks in the study. Well, even taking those unhealthy ex-drunks out of the abstainers, heavy drinkers and people who drink moderately live longer. And they say it's because alcohol lubricates social interactions, which are vital for maintaining mental and physical health.
Well, that's just so beyond idiotic that it...
This is according to
it makes
a study.
My toenails hurt.
That's because you're salivating for a pop.
No,
You're just speaking. You're just dying.
No, I'm not. I actually am not.
Congratulations on.
So I wouldn't want to.
27 years.
Nice
Or whatever.
cold glass of
No.
Scotian Eye.
Nah,
no way.
100 proof.
Been in the freezer getting all ropey. Yeah.
A big old turkey sandwich. No, I'd want neither. 13.